All three Hawaii lawmakers supported the budget deal, including Representative Tulsi Gabbard, who is joining us now as part of the bill. It reduces the cost of living increase for many military retirees by 1% every year. That's got some veterans upset. That's your forte. That's your area. So thanks, first of all, for being here. I know you just got back, but
it's good to be home.
Yeah, not too bad. Weather's not going to be great today. But,
this is better than anywhere else I've been. Trust me.
So this is kind of raised some issues, especially with veterans, and this is your area. What are your thoughts? Why did you vote in favor?
Rightly so. I mean, it affects veterans and it affects military retirees with this 1% reduction in the cost of living allowance. This was a tough deal overall, both for the House and the Senate, because we were trying to avoid another government shutdown, which affected Hawaii second most negatively of anywhere else in the country, trying to avoid and bring about some of the changes to the harmful sequester, arbitrary cuts that have hurt the military and provided a lot of uncertainty for our economy. So the fact that we were able to pass a budget deal, I think, is something to be noted, considering this hasn't happened for years, the last 4 or 5 years in Congress. There's a lot that's wrong with it, and these are some things that I'm focused and committed on trying to fix, like bringing back and getting rid of the cuts to the military retiree pension, and like here in Hawaii, fixing this issue of the airline fee increase, which disproportionately affects especially our inter-island travelers. So it was a proposal that was far, far from perfect, but it did show that when you bring people together, we can actually try to start moving in the direction of having a government that functions again.
You know, and one of our viewers wrote in, I think it kind of opens the door as to what potentially could be happening down the road. They wanted to know why there couldn't be a split in the reduction between the federal civil employees and veterans. But there's a reason for why that didn't happen. You
know, there was a lot of work that went into making this deal between Senator Patty Murray, who's the chair of the Budget Committee in the Senate, and Congressman Paul Ryan in the House, a Democrat and a Republican who hunkered down and worked on this deal basically together, and then brought it out for the rest of us to vote on. When it came to the House for a vote, as well as to the Senate, there were no amendments that either party could offer to bring about some of these changes that many of us wanted to see changed so that we could bring about a more improved budget agreement. So given the limitations that we had before voting on the bill, this is where our energy is focused now, on saying what parts of this budget agreement need to be improved and need to be fixed. And the top of that list, of course, is fixing this issue, dealing with our military retirees and people who volunteered to serve our country.
And you've co-sponsored a bill coming up that will address that.
Yes, as soon as we're back in session in the House, this bill will be formally introduced, dealing directly with bringing back these cuts.
Let's talk about something important to you. Initiatives passed this year, the Helping Heroes Flying Act. This is great.
It is. This year has gone by quickly. There's been a lot of highs and lows. In many different ways. One place that I was really proud to serve a constituency that's important to all of us is our severely wounded warriors and disabled veterans. The Helping Heroes Fly Act was the first bill that I introduced as a member of Congress, and I was proud to shepherd it through in a very bipartisan way, building support and starting conversations between people who hadn't really talked story before, centered around how do we serve our veterans. This bill passed the House unanimously, passed the Senate unanimously, and the President signed it into law the first week of August. Proud because of the constituency it serves, proud because this has been a pretty dysfunctional year in Congress, and we were able to actually get something done. And it shows what can be done when you find common ground together.
Well, we run out of time, but just for tease for everyone, keep an eye out for a bill coming up that you co-sponsored that has to do with restricting the NSA.
Absolutely.
Right? So, well,
the NSA issue is the talk of the town. The USA Freedom Act is something I'm working on with a Republican who wrote the original Patriot Act to try to rein in some of these overreach of the surveillance issues.
Well, hopefully enjoy your time here.
I will.
Because it's going to go fast, I'm sure. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Good to be here.